Hello.
Hi.
Prova, prova. Cool. Hi, Flo.
Good afternoon.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hi, Meg. Do
Hello.
we wait a second for Rashid? I see he has a few items on the agenda, and I see him online in the meeting notes.
I guess we can give him a minute.
Mhm. I am pasting the agenda in the chat in case you don't find the link. Cool. Should we kick it off?
Sure.
Yo. So I think today Giovanni cannot attend, but nevertheless, we have a few news from KLT and Keptn. The first in the agenda, you can see here, comes from CAP. there's been a proposal to move users' interest towards KLT and move our support more towards KLT. And this translates in a few actions that Giovanni is taking care of. We discussed this already in the refinement yesterday, if you want to recover that link as well. But basically, the main landing page of Keptn will now redirect to KLT, to Lifecycle Toolkit. And the new page for the landing page of the old Keptn would be v1keptn.sh. And same goes for the docs. This does not change anything about the link of the documentations, just the landing page. So if you have saved somewhere the link for how to version 1.3.0 adding a shipyard, this still will work. And there is also another communication about KLT. We have mentioned last time that there is a problem with the Scarf, that their servers are having issue redirecting when user download the images. So we decided also to remove the redirection of Scarf from the registry in KLT as well, not only in Keptn v1. For now, this means that if you use Helm to install KLT, you may have some trouble of crash back off of downloading the images. So you may use the new registry that we provided. I will probably paste here a PR after. I think this has not been merged yet, but soon enough we will release the new chart with the proper images. And I think these are the news. And then I see that Rashid has a big topic about outdated documents, basically. Do you want to take over?
Yeah, sure. First I would like to tell everyone that my CFP for KCD Mumbai just got accepted yesterday. I'll be speaking about how we can autoscale our workloads with the help of HPA using our metric server. So about the topic, I was just going through the metrics operator and lifecycle operator, and I saw that the README for both the operators is outdated. Like it's the default which is generated by the queue builder. So I discussed this with Meg, and she told me that we could have a discussion about this in the community meeting. She also added extra things like the top level lifecycle toolkit README. So I think Meg can take over from here.
Oh no, Rakshi, you continue. You're good.
Yeah, so first I saw that the metrics operator and lifecycle operator is outdated, then the main README of the repo is outdated. As mentioned, like the video, then architecture is out of date, then the installation and how to use section is duplicated.
So I guess the question for the community is, I mean, what do we do of what should the readmes look like? Also, and there's two questions there. One is, from my standpoint, which is very biased, we have a lot of material in the readmes that maybe should be in the documentation and not maintained in the readmes. Should they be duplicated? I don't know, maybe the documentation should just, give a brief summary and say for more details, it's on the readme. But how do we maintain these things? I mean, it's, the information is going to constantly change, and how do we want to do it? There's lots of ways it could work.
I think, Anna, we cannot hear you.
Me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
I hear you.
Now, yes.
Yes.
Okay, that was fun. I was asking if anybody had an opinion on this. Like in my experience, one of the last README I checked out, this was directly pointing to documentation. So this can also be that we just put the link for each of the operators towards the documentation. I don't know.
Yes, I'm also for this. We should basically aim to make the README as a list of items that can be done with pointing for details to some other documentation.
Okay, so we need definitely to have an issue for this. For the video, Mac, you went through all of the videos. Do you have a suggestion which would be a better one
I
for
have
the
a general,
landing
I mean, it's
page?
just that one is old. I don't even know what, you know. It's all a question of how we want to do it, but that's, I know there are newer videos than that one. I've got an issue with video maintenance in the docs because we put a lot of links to videos in the docs, and
Mm.
how do we keep those up too?
I think a video is still very powerful to understand
Yes,
how things work. Do you reckon one of the latest one from Andy may be enough as long as we specify the version of KLT?
perhaps. Should go in and look at it.
Can I ask you to do that, or should I ask
Sure.
somebody else?
I'd be happy to do it, yeah.
And about the architecture, I think we do have already an issue.
Right, yeah, I was just working on the docs for it, and so
Do you know if anybody is already working on it actively?
yeah, we have one of our community members, I think it's not here, is working on that.
This is
Yeah, I
a
just
full
talked to
epic,
her.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think there we go. And what I should do is actually just add an issue to that epic for architecture. To, as stuff gets, when we get stuff from out of the README into the documentation, we should update the README then, or remove the redundant material, so.
Okay,
You can give me an action to add an issue for that, add it to the architecture doc, Adam.
okay, thank you.
And-
It's good when
and
you
what-
do everything.
Actually, rec sheet too, we should actually then, I guess the action item should be if anybody sees anything in a README file that's out of date,
To write
they
it down.
should do an issue for it.
For the install, this is already work in progress. We have a lot of PR now, right?
Right. Yeah.
Can you remind me what is this last point? Nothing about enabling and how to use is a duplicate.
Did I write
I
that?
don't.
Yeah.
Any of you remember what's the context of this?
I don't know. If I wrote it, it was just things that I was putting in there of other specifics of, I think the bottom line is probably all of the READMEs are out of date because they were done once and we haven't maintained them. So I thought,
Yeah.
in case somebody said, oh, the READMEs are fine, these were other places we could look if anybody wanted to discuss that. So
Yeah. Since we
Yeah.
are talking, is anybody joining in having any trouble with some of the README or documentation we have right now? Did you notice anything which was confusing? It would be cool if you had it here in case maybe we can review it next time.
yeah.
Because this is a huge work, I have the feeling.
It is. And I have to say, because I mean, people wrote the READMEs and I'm always a little hesitant to go in and say, that's really crappy now, it's out of date or something, and they're like, I wrote it, I think it's good.
Yeah, for sure. Most of the READMEs were born with the first version, probably. Never touched.
Right. And there are places, and there, it's a great way when we get started. A lot of people, it's easier to write the README than to write something else. But so if our idea is, and we've had people who said, who's going to read the documentation? It's open source, and if they want to use this, they should just go to the READMEs. And I think that's the big question. If that is not our policy, then we know what to do. It'll take a little time. Does that sound good to you, Reksheet?
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing, that I can work on the README for matrix operator Like
Mhm.
I've just deployed the operator locally, so I think I can write a proper how to set up the operator locally.
Oh, splendid. You could write it into the documentation too.
Yeah, sure.
That's on the list. Actually, Bhavya, how do you pronounce your name? Is that Bhavya? Hello?
Hello.
It's
Hi there.
Yes, mate.
Yes.
Yeah.
That might be you. I think you were looking for some writing stuff. This could be some interesting stuff for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm more than happy to work on this. Yeah.
Okay, let's start because it's we're about to publish the getting started guides, and going through those, I've just been aware of there's a lot of holes, and there's some of them are just doc holes, but some of them there's good material in the readmes, except it's a little outdated. So we'll talk about it. I'll set up an epic, and we can just start adding issues to it. So
Okay,
Sharing.
great.
and we have new people here. I don't think I know Jeffrey. Hello.
So you can, hello, Mag. So you can add my name here. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hello. How are you? Are you do we know you? What are you interested in?
So, for me, I'm new here. This is my first time in this meeting. Uh, I was already speaking with Rashid on LinkedIn. I showed my interest for Keptn. I don't know how it's pronounced. This is Keptn. They showed my interest, and I have in my areas of specialization in general software development and DevOps. So, we really want to bring my skill set to Keptn. Currently, I'm studying the documentation, both for fixing the life cycle ticket. Studying the documentation, trying to get familiar about the whole project. After that, I would like to pick up an issue and hopefully I start contributing to the project.
So maybe you would like to have a look at our project. There we have what we are working on right now, and maybe don't be shy to reach us directly to us in Slack, and we can maybe work together on some of the issues if you would like to. For instance,
Really
now
love
we're
to.
working
I'm
on
really
this.
understand.
Yeah, so if you like, I paste in the chat this, you can have a look if there is anything that feels interesting or almost interesting. Yeah, cool. Do we have anything else that would be nice to discuss today for the agenda is finished? If not, I would cut it here. Thanks everyone for joining. We were so many today.
Yeah.
It would be cool if you reach out to Mag for the documentation docs PR, and you can reach out to me or to any of the other guys in the team for the technical PR.
The name is not here. I can only see CNCF Keptn. I don't know the name to reach out to on Slack.
Oh, I am Anna Reale on Slack.
Can you spell that? It's Anna. Okay.
Like so, yeah.
No problem.
Cool. Then I would say this is enough for today, and I will declare this meeting finished.
Right. Have a good
Thanks
day,
for
everybody.
coming. Ciao, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.